Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Dragon Quest V. Last episode, Bean returned back to normal, and he discovered that his children aren't so normal. Cosmo, his son, is the legendary hero, and can use the Zenithian equipment. His daughter Harriet is quite a proficient wizard. Despite them only being 8 years old, they're already quite powerful. Harriet was the one who removed the petrification from Bean and turned him back to normal. So, yeah, they're both 8 years old, which is the age that Bean was when he started his adventure. So now, just as Bean adventured with Papas as a young child, Bean's children will be adventuring with him. Also adventuring with Bean will be Pippin, the soldier of Granvania, Sancho, Papa's old friend, and Slalin, the monster, and Borongo, pet saber tiger from the first generation. So we still have to find Bianca. I decided to put Slalin back in the party. He's not really going to be contributing, but you know, he gains experience when he's in the wagon. So why not? He's been with us the entirety of Generation 2, so might as well let him adventure with us. Now, even though our son is the legendary hero and Harriet's a pretty strong wizard, they will not be in the party right now. They're still a little weak, so I'm going to be putting Borongo and Sancho in the party. They have the highest hit points right now, pretty decent levels, so they'll be able to survive much better. Everybody else in the party will still be gaining experience as we move around and fight. So as they get stronger, gain more abilities, gain more stats, they will, you know, occasionally be rotated in. But for right now, Sancho and Borongo have the best survivability with their levels and hit points. So yeah, I think I show off their stats in the beginning of the episode. I think because he has some Zenithian equipment, Cosmo might actually have some better defense than Borongo and Sancho, but he just doesn't have the hit points because he's so low level. Pippin here, he got some good defense, but he hasn't got a lot of hit points either, but he'll be leveling very quickly. He'll be leveling the quickest of everyone because he's only level 1. And the children will start also leveling pretty quickly. So, got quite a few new enemies in the sea here, but the sea still has a low encounter rate. We could have, where the split in the river was, right north of Granvania, we could have went to the right and took a shorter way to get to the cave that takes us to Heven, which is where Bean's mother Martha was born. But we're going this way because if we go the long route here, we can stop by this other shrine and get some stuff. We'll get a small medal, some more information, and we'll also get a seed. In terms of seeds, I gave the life, magic, strength to Harriet, and agility to Bean, and the intelligence seeds to Cosmo. So just did the seed save stats coming to get the max stats for all those seeds. Do we hear? No. Some of this world is just a helm called the Crown of the Sun. Say if you were such, even Magnate won't harm you. Well, that's what I heard. Do we hear? Yes. Well, then I shan't say anything more. Okay. That crown is going to be the ultimate headgear for Bean. Speaking of ultimate headgear, we could go to Teleportor and get the Zenithian helm for Cosmo, but the game directed us to go to Heven first, so we're going to do that because, like I said, Cosmo isn't really in our party for the most part, so he doesn't need the helmet right away. And we're going to get some 2 important items that'll make all the backtracking and revisiting of towns that we've been in before much more productive in Heven. So we'll go there first. Yeah, sometimes when you go to these The only bad thing is Sometimes when you go into villages and locations, they'll take out anyone who's a monster in our party and swap in one of the human characters. So that's why Cosmo's back in the party here, but we'll put, like I said, Borongo back in, just for survivability. We have to be a good father and protect our children. So, but they will be coming in later. Harriet will be really good for boss battles, because she has the buy kill spell and the decrease spell. So she'll be able to decrease enemies' attack, defensive power, and increase the attack power. So, in addition to her strong attack spells. So, Heven is landlocked. The only way to get to it from the water is through this cave. This cave is basically known as the Water Temple, because at the end of the cave, there's a left turn that goes down to Heven, and there's a right turn that takes you to basically there's like 3 statues. Those statues, if you put rings on them, the water ring, the fire ring, and then the life ring, that opens up the doorway to the demon world. We can't even open the door to there yet because we need the final key to get in there. So just head over this way first. Get this treasure chest. So for the most part here now, it seems like pretty much almost every fight, characters are gaining levels, like Pippin and Cosmo and Harriet. These enemies can be annoying because they cast a blizzard spell that can hit everybody, doing a lot of damage there. And most of our gear, the ones that do offer some magical protection, tend to just protect against fire. Here, there's Cosmo gaining another level. Pippin gaining another level. He's already gained 4. He's level 5 there. A Satan Helm. Just, it's actually a monster later on, I believe. Another new monster here, the zombie knights. We'll finish them off. Annoying, they can poison you. There's also an old enemy in here, the Man of Wars. They can numb your characters. I said numb usually wears off. And Bean has the antidote spell to remove poison. And if you do the refill option from the stat menu, he'll automatically cast antidote to remove the poison from anybody. So that's pretty nice. Now, an interesting thing here, you'll notice that when Bean does the refill, or when anybody does the refill, mainly Bean's the healer right now. Although Cosmo does learn the Heal More spell very soon. He'll learn it within this episode. But they will heal everybody in the party, not just the active members. So you saw there, Bean was healing the characters in the wagon who weren't participating in combat. But they still they didn't take any damage, but they were missing some hit points because when you gain a level and you gain hit points in that level, you don't gain those hit points. You just gain them to your max, but your current they don't add on. So Bean was just healing up them. Now the new enemy here, the Necromancer, the last of our new enemies in this cave. If you're lucky, you see you can then drop a Ring of Prayer. Sancho doesn't have, he has the increased spell right now. He also has the sleep spell for use in battle. He doesn't gain too many spells. He will gain the beat spell though, which is actually pretty good if you know what enemies are weak to it. Luckily, you don't have to know what enemies are weak to it because the computer will know. So if you set your tactics to offensive, then if an enemy is weak to beat, then Sancho will use it. So Sancho actually doing pretty decent against certain mobs of enemies. The problem with Sancho is he's kind of like Ragnar in Dragon Quest IV, where he's very, very slow. But that can actually work out in your favor. there's going to be some coast armor that we can give him. It reduces agility to 0, so that he is always going to go last. And like ever since Dragon Quest III, there's always been that Sage's Stone to cast the Heal spell. So you can always have Sancho equipped with that, knowing that he's going to go last in a round. He can heal everybody up. Good for future bosses who can start. We'll start doing like double attacks. We'll have breath attacks, like the blizzard attack those blizzard enemies used. So once you get the final key, we can head in there. You won't get the final ring though, the Ring of Life, till basically almost the last dungeon in the game. It's also where we get our wife Bianca back. First, we have to navigate this short little river here and get to Heven here. And we get lucky because it turns night, so we'll be able to explore it at night. And there's not much to explore at night here, because most of the people that we need to talk to advance the plot, they're behind doors that are guarded. You're going to see as we go up there, yeah, see there's a guard up there, and on the right, there's another passageway to this top floor, and that's also guarded by a guard. So, yeah, basically, in order to really advance the plot, gotta come back here during the daytime. But we like to see what all the different dialogue is, so it's good that I got to come in here during the night. And I don't necessarily need a healing at the inn yet. So after this, I can finish the episode off by just going outside here and fighting some new enemies. We have 4 new enemies on the outside that we want to encounter. You see the weapon in the armor shop there. They have some really good equipment that we're going to want to buy. I won't be able to afford all of it, but we'll be able to get a lot of treasure that'll help us afford some of that stuff, because now we just got the magic key. The magic key can open those silver type doors that we experienced a lot of in Generation 2. So we'll be doing a lot of warping back to old towns from Generation 2 and opening those treasure chests and getting a bunch of treasure and helping us fund new equipment. Also, to help us get new equipment there is the magic carpet. It allows us to fly. It's kind of like the like in Final Fantasy V, the Hiryu. It's not as good as the airship. It can't fly over mountains. It can't fly over forests. But it can fly over some areas and some rivers that we can't get to with our ship. And so it allows us to get to a few more places that we need to advance the story. So it kind of reminds, like I said, I said this in an earlier episode, it's a little bit like Dragon Quest II in the sense here, where you're kind of not necessarily told exactly where you need to go, but you can kind of figure out where you need to go by just looking at the new areas that you're able to access with your items. So as we sail around the world and go, like I said, go backtracking to those places to collect old treasure with the magic key that we got, we'll take note of some places that we weren't able to get to, that the magic carpet will allow us to get to. And then of course just explore those areas, and that'll help us advance the plot. No one down here in the inn. Like I said, we don't need to stay at the inn right now. We still have a decent amount of hit points and stuff in reserve, so let's finish off this episode by, and like I said, there's not enough time to talk with everybody, get a lot of plot important information during the day, so instead what we'll do is we'll just come out here and farm those monsters, get a few more little pieces of gold, get the source there, take him out. The golem is actually a pretty good monster. It actually has a 1 in 4 chance of joining you, so it's pretty common for the golem to be able to join you. Has pretty good defense, can use a decent amount of equipment, and it gets an ability called Meditate, And what Meditate does is it basically heals 500 hit points. It's almost like it has like a heal-all spell for itself. So that's pretty nice. They have a decent monster to pick up. But I don't end up picking up one up here. You see all the characters gaining levels. But I only end up fighting 3 battles that have golems in them. Let's put Borongo back in. We went to that town and moved Borongo for Cosmo. Heal up Sancho a little bit here, and we'll go hunting for some more monsters. Besides the golem that we can get here, there's another monster that we can get, the Eliminator. The Eliminator's like it's weird, like he looks like a human, but they don't necessarily consider him a human when you're, like if we went into the Heven with him, as our party, they'd kick him out and put somebody like Sancho or Cosmo or Harriet in, or Pippin. It's weird even though he's like definitely humanoid. But they have an annoying ability. It's like a roll of the dice type ability. It's called Massacre. And basically they just go into a frenzy and they'll hit any target for a lot of damage, which sounds good, but it can also mean that it'll hit your allies. So, not necessarily a very good monster. They got a sap spell to lower somebody's defense, and they can hit hard because they can get some pretty strong equipment. But overall, not worth it. The golem is a much better monster. But we won't, like I say, we won't be getting any more monsters in our party. We can finish the game with basically everybody we have in our party right now. The only addition we'll have is like Bianca. So there's the Eliminator. We can get him like he's that monster. But you'll notice what he'll do in this battle. He'll do that Massacre ability, and see he charges, and it actually ended up hitting his buddies. And you have that same ability if you have him in your party. So, like I said, if it works if it goes and hits your enemies, but as you can see, it can backfire and hit your allies or yourself. So, yeah, not going to recruit him to the team. But we are going to head back into Heven here and stay at the inn, heal ourselves up, transfer it into daytime. But we won't actually explore this place now in the daytime because, as you can see, it's getting a little late in the video, and we had quite a bit of plot information. So instead, we'll just talk with just a few people, and then head over to the church, save our game, and then be ready to come back here in our next episode tomorrow, where we will talk with the elders of this place and see what help they can provide for us. So, like I said, Bean's mother, Martha, came from this thing, and well, we're initially mad at Papas for taking her away, but enough time has passed that they're going to be willing to help Bean with his adventures. So come back in the next episode to see what help they give. Thanks for following along. Take care, and hope you had a Merry Christmas, and wishing you all a Happy New Year. Bye.